Hey everyone, it's Chris and welcome back to the Ridge. Today we're going to talk about our embarrassing tobacco field. Don't underestimate the value of planting tobacco in rich, well-draining soil, and don't let the words topsoil fool you. What's in the bag or what you might get dumped in the bed of your truck might set your plants back instead of setting them up. Join us!
Sweet Maple Ridge Farms. Come on down, everybody. Go!
So everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and all that good stuff. And a big thank you to our junior, mid, and especially our OG Maplers who continue to help take our community to the next level. Now, let's get into it. All right, guys, so in many of my tobacco videos here, and first I do want to say this field is, if you want to call it a field, is very embarrassing, but I'm just gonna give it to y'all straight. I've said in so many of our tobacco videos here that we've done on the channel that tobacco will pretty much grow anywhere. It'll grow in almost any climate and all this stuff. And while I do think that's partially true, I think we can't underestimate the value when you're planting this tobacco. You can't underestimate the value of soil quality. I assume that tobacco would grow anywhere, and I've said that on pretty much all of our videos. I ignored the fact that this very field here, in fact, this section of our yard especially, and if you look over here, this section of our yard especially is just, it's clay and it's wet. There's little like seeps and springs and stuff down in here. When we get a lot of rain, it really starts water's coming up out of the ground. And the lower you get into this field here, the wetter it gets. So I definitely underestimated how, and I underestimated in thinking that this tobacco would pretty much grow anywhere. It doesn't. The poor drainage and the low organic matter of this tobacco here, or of this field here, really stunted its growth. I have picked some of this already. I'm going to do another video on that and how I'm curing it. But like, let me give you an example here. And you can hear, like, when I step, it sloshes. So this tobacco plant, I've given it fertilizer. I've given it both fish fertilizer. I've given it Jack's 2020. I've given it Miracle Grow. I give it fish fertilizer. I've given it pelleted fertilizer, 10-10-10, and you can see what it's done. It's maybe a foot tall, if that. This thing should be 3, 4, 5 feet tall. This is a Sweet Air XL. And you can see just what this, look at this, what this soil, it's just sloppy. It's incredibly wet down there. This soil is not good. I made the mistake of thinking the tobacco could just be planted pretty much anywhere. Well, here on the ridge and in the Allegheny Plateau, you know, we do have the poor drainage, and especially right here, it's all clay with low organic matter, and it just stunted the growth from the start. These things never really had a chance. We had weeks of rain, and it really just turned these clay beds into basically a swamp. And then I put down this thick layer of straw, which normally is a good thing, but it's really allowed for the soil to stay completely saturated. So it hasn't been given a chance to even dry out. And it wouldn't dry out because this area of the lawn of our property here just stays wet. And so you can give it all the fertilizer you want. The plants, with the exception of a couple of them, like this one, and like a couple of these are Canadian Bold. These things have done a little bit better, but if you look in some of my other tobacco videos, these things should be 5 feet tall right now, and they are maybe 2.5 feet tall. So, guys, just because tobacco is tough, and it is, just because tobacco is tough, don't let that fool you into thinking that it can thrive in junk soil. So what am I going to do next year, guys? Well, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. I don't know that I'm going to plant it here. Last year, I planted it along that wood here. Just right along it, I had about 12 or 15 plants and just planted it right along there. And that drained a lot better over there. But I want to plant a lot more than that, so I need to find a different location. I'm not going to plant it here, guys. I'm going to plant it somewhere else, and I am not going to make the mistake of thinking that this stuff can just thrive in any soil. Soil prep, literally, soil prep isn't optional. It's everything for tobacco. It really needs a lot of organic matter, and it needs a lot of nitrogen all the time, and it needs to be well drained. Someone else told me in the comments, because I get a lot of comments about this, and tips and tricks about what I could do better. I mean, look at this. This is a Virginia Gold. This thing should be 5 feet tall. It's not. They said what I need to do is plant them on hills also. So I think I'm going to do that next year. But guys, this soil, it just never gets a chance to really dry out. And I set up this watering system in here too. You can see the hose that I have in here. I've never used it, not even once. That's how much rain we've gotten. It's been terrible. It's been hot, 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 and then last night, or we woke up this morning and it was 51. So this season has just not been good at all. These plants never had a chance to really start out. A couple of these plants here, this is a little bit drier spot. So this stuff has gotten a little bit of a chance to kind of dry out and thrive, but this should still be 5 feet tall. So it's not good, guys. The lesson learned here is good soil prep is not optional. It is everything. And just to be funny, I'm going to do a little wall of shame. This is what bad soil and wet feet basically does to a tobacco plant. And guys, because we've had all this rain, it's really allowed for pests and stuff to thrive, to include the slugs, and the slugs have been absolutely terrible. So that's another consequence of wet soil like that. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's the video. If you want to be an OG mapler like those amazing folks listed here, and continue learning how to rely less and create more from high atop the Allegheny Plateau, please like and subscribe. And guys, we'll see you next time. Out on the ridge. Real quick, guys, we just launched the SMR General Provisions Company, our official store for all things Sweet Maple Ridge. Every shirt's designed by me right here at the Ridge, and they're built around the real-life work and chaos we show here on the Ridge. Each shirt represents a division of Ridge life. We got the Maple division for our sap haulers and our syrup boilers. We got the Vice division for our tobacco growers and plug makers. Of course, we got the Lower Camp division for those folks who are here for the fun and foolishness that we have down at our favorite place to unwind. From our YouTube channel homepage, click the store tab, or you can click the link in the description here. I'll show you how to do it. So what division will you be a part of? Because around here, every division tells a story, and your purchase helps to rep the channel and support our movement. We appreciate everyone, and we'll see you out on the Ridge.